Hey David, what do you think about the Fed raising the rate again?
Hey Alexandra. Hey guys. So this is what we look like when we find out that the Fed's going to raise the rates again on November 2nd by another 75 basis points. But seriously, happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween, everybody. So David, talk to me about the elephant in the room. How do
high
I
rates.
buy? Yes.
High
how
rates.
do I buy a house?
Yes, rates are high. So here's what's happening. Rates are approximately between, depending on credit score, 7.25% to 7.5%, depending on a client. The best, most affordable program right now on the market is the 2-to-1 buy down. This means that the seller pays for you, for the buyer, to buy the interest rate down by 2% for the first year. If you're qualifying for 7.25%, your first year interest rate will go down to 5.25%. That saves you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The second year, rates will go up to 6.25%, and the third year will go up to this year's market, this year's interest rate. But another news that Fannie Mae gave us, Alexandra, was that Fannie Mae, which is the Federal National Mortgage Corporation, right? They're a big authority. They've got economists working for them. They are predicting that the rates will go down to less than 5% around March, which means we may be refinancing you, and we're going to automatically refinance you to get out of the high interest rate in less than 6 months, hopefully. That's our hope. I think that's wonderful news.
Talk to me again how it works. Why would I pay to buy down the interest rate for 2 years? If you're telling me that Fannie Mae predicts the interest rates
Sure.
drop in less than a year, so
Yes, good question.
what's the catch?
Good question. So why would you pay? First of all, you don't pay, the seller pays. There's nothing. You'll pay your down payment. You may pay your closing costs. The seller may pay your closing costs, but you do not pay. You cannot pay for the 2-to-1 buy down. The seller has to pay for it. If, for some reason, let's say in 3 months or 6 months, rates drop, this is a 2-year program, you've got a bunch of money sitting there that the seller contributed to you. We're going to take that remainder. We're going to apply it to your principal. It's just like negotiating a price reduction today. So you're not losing any money. It'll be when you refinance, we'll apply the remainder to your balance, and you'll have a much smaller balance, more equity.
We're buying a house, there's a lot of closing costs, there are a lot of expenses that come out of the buyer's pocket. Now, refinancing is always...
It can get expensive, true.
Yeah, it's just another expense that you don't plan on within the next, within the next few years. So.
You don't want to have 2 loan costs in 1 year.
No.
Good question. So we're going to promise and pledge to our clients. We're going to automatically refinance our clients at no loan costs when rates drop. We have a special software. We watch a bunch of banks. We watch interest rates, and as soon as rates are dropping, we're going to refinance them automatically out of that expensive home. And whatever the remainder is, we're going to apply towards the principal. You'll have more equity. It's a win-win situation.
So now there are a lot of programs out there I keep hearing about, could you combine this 2-1 buy down with anything else?
You can actually do a 2-1 buy down and a permanent buy down. You can do the 2-1 buy down on FHA loans and VA loans. It's such a cool program. Now, it has to come from the seller, but it's a very, very versatile program that will help homes become more affordable. You will save upwards of $500 or even more if you do this program. And that's today. That's when we need it most.
And tell me, so if I have the seller pay for my 2-1 buy down,
yes,
can I pay for a larger buy down, a greater buy down from my own pocket, or it has to come all from the seller?
You can combine the 2-to-1 buy down with what's called a permanent buy down. You can combine the two. So you can pay, let's say, go from 7.25% to 6.25% on your own dime, and then drop it another 2 points to 4.25% on the seller's dime. You can absolutely do that.
Excellent. So you see, guys, he's got us. David and IQ Mortgage, they have these solutions for every market there is.
This is a wonderful time to buy, honestly, because the tacky word that goes around, marry the house, date the rate. You should never ever buy a house when rates are low. What happens when rates are low? Prices are going up. This is when you buy a house. There's a lot of nice houses on the market. This one's a wonderful house. Come check this out, 22 Copps Creek Way. And yes, and then rates are temporary. We'll just refinance you out of it as soon as we can.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, guys.